Well, first and foremost, I had applied to a number of law firms and not a single one of them had asked me to take any sort of behavioral assessment like the GRI or otherwise. So that in and of itself was a shock because it just wasn't standard operating procedure. It wasn't something that a lot of firms did, a lot of companies did. Companies typically just interview you, assess that way, see if you're a good fit during a 1 hour, 2 hour interview session. So it was a bit shocking to get something like the GRI, which cut against the grain, which was a lot different. So immediately I was a little skeptical. And that skepticism was soon eliminated. Taking the GRI was actually really easy. At first I thought it would be really tedious, that it would take a lot of time, maybe be a little annoying, and just overall be an experience that I wouldn't want to partake in. And that fear or thought was eliminated almost immediately once I sat down to start taking the assessment. It was a fairly short questionnaire, didn't take a whole lot of time. You could answer it pretty simply just by being honest. And what was really most shocking about the GRI was how much information the assessment extracted with a relatively low number of questions. And that's not something that you really understand until you actually sit down and see your results. And just one day later, my supervisor called me, ready to discuss my GRI results. As anyone else would be, I was pretty excited to hear what an assessment had to say about myself. I was excited to learn more about my strengths, my weaknesses. But even though that's what I initially thought the results would be like, it was much deeper than that. It was many layered, it was complex in the sense that it revealed a lot about small, minute characteristics that can help you thrive in individual and group settings. The payoff from the GRI has been surprising, to say the least. As I mentioned earlier, I was speculative of what kind of an impact some behavioral assessment could have on my career, and how it could make me a better attorney, and how it could make me or help me to function better in an office setting or in a group setting. So when I got my results back and I read things that said something to the effect of, he enjoys fast-paced, high-pressure, daily change, and is uncomfortable with routine assignments, slow work. I was speculative because I could have told myself that, or so I thought. What I'm getting at is, without the GRI, it might have taken much longer to figure that out, not because I don't know myself, and not because my supervisors might not have been able to tell, but learning that right off the bat when they hired me, it made for a much quicker transition period. And it allowed them to forecast ahead in pairing me with other attorneys, in forecasting ahead with the work we were getting from different clients and how our workflow would proceed. And in so many ways, just one small thing, just one small part of the GRI that helped to explain what kind of work environment I prefer working in has been instrumental in allowing me to thrive here and allowing me to thrive amongst my peers.